Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now today I'm going to be cross-pollinating two different varieties of Echinopsis cacti. And I'm very lucky because today I've got my wonderful fiancé Hansi, who is behind the camera filming me. So I've got my hands free so I can show you a proper little how to cross-pollinate flower video. And if you're not familiar with Hansi's amazing channel on YouTube, Family of Cactus and Other Beauties, do go over and subscribe to him. Links up above, and it's got some amazing cacti and gardening videos on there, so do go over and subscribe, guys. And today I'm going to be cross-pollinating. Now I've done quite a few pollinating cactus flower videos in the past, including Echinopsis. So this is not new for me to do this, or not new for probably a lot of you guys to see this. But because I have, we have two different varieties at the moment flowering, and this one is the first time flowering for us. I'm very happy about that, and I have made a separate video of this in beautiful, beautiful bloom. So that we're excited to see this Echinopsis. Not sure of what type of variety of Echinopsis. The flower is similar to the subdenudata, but it's not, because the body of the plant is very different to the subdenudata. The subdenudata, if you're not familiar with, is this one here, commonly known as the domino or the sea urchin cactus, because of its lovely little fluffy tufts all around it, the little
Same here is an old one.
Yeah, and this one has been flowering too. Look, that's grown columnar as it ages. Hans has had that for many years, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, but this one is a new one flowering for us, and this particular Echinopsis cactus is one I got from a thrift shop, a charity shop, many years ago, but about 6-7 years ago, when I lived in the south of Ireland. And this one here is Hansi's beautiful Echinopsis irisae, and it has got two huge, humongous, beautiful, heavily scented, gorgeous, lilac-y, pink-coloured blooms. And Hans brought this over from Sweden when he lived in Sweden brought it over 2 years ago now to Ireland. So lovely. And as I say, we have them both flowering at exactly the same time, so perfect opportunity to cross-pollinate them. Now what you need to do, I have made cross-pollinating videos including Echinopsis before, but if you're watching this video and you've never seen my other videos, I'm going to show you what to do. You always need to use a clean brush. You can either use a little cotton wool bud or Q-tip, or a little paintbrush, artist brush. In this case I'm using a little tiny lip brush. Always make sure it's clean. And if you wanted to, I would recommend having two different brushes if you wanted to purely take the pollen from the one cactus onto the other one, and you wanted to make sure that was pollinated from that one. Then you need two separate brushes, because you don't want to get the pollen mixed up. But in this case I'm going to just literally just cross-pollinate them both to put the Echinopsis irisae to this other Echinopsis, and we're not sure, and then I'm going to put it back again. Just so in this case I'm not going to have to worry about changing the brush. It doesn't matter. And if it's a success, which it nearly always is, it has been in the past, I'll do an update video. It's always just pot luck if it gets pollinated or not. We have had a few bees in here as well, but landing on it, so it's difficult to say whether my pollination will be 100% success from me, but well, soon now. I'm going to give it a helping hand by using the brush. Little container as well is a good idea, just to collect any pollen that falls off. You can sort of rub it in there. So here we go. Now this is the stigma here, that lovely big creamy spidery looking thing hanging out there, and this is the pollen. And if I wanted to just self-pollinate this with its own flowers, I would just load up all the pollen on there, and then either put it onto the stigma there or onto the other one. Sometimes if you have more than one flower, you get more success if you cross-pollinate it, if you know, take the pollen from that onto the other one. But because we're going to be cross-pollinating two different plants, I'm going to put the pollen of this onto the stigma on the other one. So here we go, loading it up here, all that delicious pollen. And this flower, guys, the flowers on this Echinopsis irisae smell absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see there, all the pollen at the end there. And it's not, I don't think it's going to fall, because it's not very loose pollen. And now you want to get this onto the stigma.
Deep there.
Yeah, it's well deep. And see how much smaller the stigma is as well. Onto there, and just brush it on. And you don't have to brush hard, just very, very lightly brush on there, because it's a bit, pollen is like sperm. You only need a tiny fraction of it to pollinate. So that's that. And now I'm going to do the opposite and then get the pollen on here, load all this pollen on from this flower, as you can see there, onto the stigma of this one. This is going to be a lot easier because the stigma is just huge, sticking out there, as you can see. Isn't that wonderful? And that's all you have to do. You don't have to see the pollen on it because it is very tiny little bits of pollen there. That's all you need to get it pollinating. And very exciting to do. It's it's good fun to get seed from your own plants, and I love to give seed away to people as well, other growers who love to grow from seed. So I'll do an update if this is a success. And I know even if it's not, it's been a success in the past with our other Echinopsises. So very, very exciting. And we have some Echinopsis seedlings that we have grown. That was from Hansi's Echinopsis plant that we cross-pollinated, and that produced a couple of seed pods, and we sowed them, and they're all little babies at the moment. In fact, I'm going to get them. Why, Hansi's got the camera. I'm going to show you what these are. This was from... that's great. Yeah, look at that. Echinopsis, subdenudatas, the little sea urchin cacti. Aren't they gorgeous, guys? These are from seed from our own plants that we pollinated ourselves, and they formed little tiny little seedlings there. This one is the biggest one, and now you can just see their little spots coming out on them. The typical sort of domino sea urchin appearance to them. When they were much smaller, they had more little spines on like this one, and they're taking shape. But as I say, I'm going to be potting these on in the next few weeks. Absolutely gorgeous.
And we can check these plants I got pods of.
Oh yes,
It's from
absolutely.
a subdanidata as well.
Oh yes, this is one that Hans has grown himself, also from when he was in Sweden months ago, years ago, I should say. My gosh, years ago. And it has birds on it.
This one, yeah, I saw from
Look at
seeds.
that.
Yeah. And now it's two buds there in the top.
Two buds there,
Do
guys.
you see that? Yeah.
So this is one that Hans has sowed
Right.
from seed when he lived
And
in
here is
Sweden.
one other little
Yeah,
subdanidata.
all from
So, yeah,
seed, and the first time it is flowering.
Yeah. So that's very exciting.
Isn't that exciting, guys? So I say it's great fun to sow from seed. And if you want to know a bit more on how to grow cacti from seed, the method that I like to use, do check out the video. Hans, just go back into the polytunnel now. It's a bit difficult, it's got the washing line in the way. If you want to know a bit more about how to grow cactus from seed, do check out the video how to grow cacti from seed. Links up above and also down below. And if you have cacti in flower, why not have a go at pollinating them? Some are self-pollinating, some are cross-pollinating, some are very difficult to get to pollinate at all, but just have fun doing it anyway. We've often had great success, and it's good to just pay the bee. And guys, if you want to know a little bit more about how to grow cacti and succulents, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. And big thumbs up again for Hansi for filming. I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of flower power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye. Beautiful. Oh, so gorgeous.